The Rock, an Easter Story by Jack Shea. The teacher decided that for Holy Week, the 8th grade would put on a passion play for all of the grades. 6 performances only. Seemed like a good idea. But as often is the case with good ideas, there were a few snags. You see, there were more 8th graders than there were parts in the passion play. So the teacher had another great idea. Why not cast all of the inanimate objects in the gospel too? And that way there would be enough parts to go around. So she cast the tree from which Judas hanged himself, the broken vase of perfume, 5 people simulating an earthquake, bystanders and more bystanders, you get the idea. And then she also cast the rock that blocked the entrance to the tomb of Jesus. Now, this was not difficult casting. It was typecasting. There was a boy who, as his mother put it, was bigger than a bread box. He sprouted early. And when he was bent over with his hands clasping behind his ankles, he was the perfect boulder. John, the teacher said, you will be the rock, the one blocking the tomb, instead of the Apostle Peter. For the angel of the Lord, who pushes the rock aside, she chose the most petite girl in the class. I mean, Tinkerbell, one size up. Well, the first performance was for the 3rd grade, and the Tinkerbell angel appeared with her little finger outstretched, and she nudged the rolled up rock, and he somersaulted away from the entrance of the tomb, staying perfectly rolled up. And then the angel sat on him, making the stone of death the throne of life, just as it says in the Gospel of Matthew. And the audience went wild. They cheered and chanted, "Rock, rock, rock!" And afterwards they swarmed him for autographs, and he modestly signed, "Rock." Well, this happened at performance after performance, and thus a star was born, but also a critic. You see, the teacher was not sure that all of this attention was good for the rock. Perhaps the glory should be shared. So she took the rock aside and suggested that he play the tree from which Judas hangs himself instead, that someone else should have the chance of being the rock. The rock said he did not think this was a good idea. "I like being the rock," he said. The teacher responded with what she later thought was one of the best questions of her career. Why? "Because I like letting Christ out of the tomb," the rock said. "But John, the rock isn't rolled back so that Christ can get out," the teacher said. "He's already gone. The rock is rolled back so that the women can see in." The rock's face twisted as he floundered for the first time in the deep waters of spirit. "Well," he finally said, "how did he get out if the rock was still stuck in the hole?" Now, this is the type of questions all teachers fear. There is an answer, but it is light years beyond what the questioner is able to handle. The teacher remained silent, searching for words, but the rock found the words before the teacher did. "Well," he said, "I guess huge rocks are no big thing for God anyway." Thus did the rock roll back the boulder from his own mind and see into the empty darkness of the Easter revelation. The teacher said in a quiet, choking voice that he should continue in the role of the rock, since he knew the part so well.